Who are
So,
you?
I'm Konrad Z. I came to Paris 1.5 years ago, and I started to paint my friends because I was jealous because I was reading Jean Genet's book, Notre Dame de Fleurs, and I was jealous that he's like making portraits of his lovers. So I came here and I wanted to do the same, but I didn't want to write the book. I just wanted to paint them. So first I started to do portraits, like live, but it was like very annoying and I needed a lot of time with model. And then I started to do a lot of pictures and like make the situations. And then I was painting my friends.
So wait, you took a photograph of them and then painted
Like
them?
after I did like 15 maybe portraits, I started to just work with photography.
And how different was that?
Sorry?
How different was it working
How different
live
was
and
it?
then with the...
You know, like when I was painting from the photos, I had more time, and because like when you work with model, you have to wait for them, and they are tired after 15 minutes, and they talk a lot, so it's like not that easy, of course, to work with them. But it's much more easier with photos, and I can also deformate more the faces when I work with photo. Because when the models are in my studio and a bit shy, and I want to do as much photographic I can the painting. And from my studio, this sculpture, from my studio I see Tour Saint-Jacques. And you know Tour Saint-Jacques?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like before, when they built that, it was a church with 2 towers. And one tower disappeared, they took the stones and they put it in different buildings. And today we have just one tower.
What's
So
this made
this
of?
sculpture, it's like image of Tour Saint-Jacques from my imagination, but I did 2 towers. So one is standing, and one is like kind of deconstruct. And this is plasticine. It's 200 kilograms of plasticine, and it's like a soft and oily. And I ordered that, Galerie ordered that from Poland, and it's like a company which makes plasticine 100 years. And when I was a child, I was using this plasticine.
It's like clay. So
It's like a clay, but it's every time like that. It's never
clay
gonna be
and
hard.
gummy. Really, it'll
Yeah.
stay.
It will stay like that, and then you can use it again. Just you will have like your fingers will be like oily. And my friends, you can also like everyone's putting something like.
So you stick it back on.
Yeah, you can
somewhere.
stick it back. Maybe I can tell you something more about each painting.
Are you upstairs too?
Yeah, upstairs too. Upstairs, there are 2 of my favorite paintings. And
So who are all these people? Like him. Tell
Like
me
him.
stories behind the people.
this is my boyfriend. I put him on my clothes, in the back of the piano. Here is the piano, and he is lying down on the clothes. And I asked him to do with fingers like very strange something, and I like very elongated fingers. I find it like very sexual. Long fingers were amazing. And here are deconstructed leather trousers and belt, and here are shoes, but they look like not in good shape. Yeah.
And did you work with him as live model? Because I'm sure he was...
No, like I was actually,
Photo?
I took like a lot of pictures, but I was using him as a model just to make the proper pose for like interesting pose to paint. And usually the pictures which I do of the model, they are like very bad. It's like visible that they are very bad because they are just prepared to become a painting.
Like a study, yeah.
Yeah, like a study.
And this?
Here is my friend. He's wearing a ring, my ring, and just went in the middle of the night to eat. That's raspberries. Yeah, raspberries. And I took a picture that he's holding fork.
Long hands too.
And here's, it's the same actually person like from the previous painting. And here is Hotel de Ville, like somewhere there, and here is Sam. And there is a story. There is a story because like the ballet by Tchaikovsky, Swan Lake. It's a story about a princess which was enchanted to the swan, and like she couldn't like be with the prince, and she, I don't know if she fell down or like she jumped. She committed suicide. And so like these swans which are there, they are like kind of they are magical swans. They have like tongues here, and here is the princess, and she's crying with drops of blood. And here is the prince. He's like, let's say, like he's masturbating on that corpse. It's like my like, yeah. I changed the story a bit.
As you should.
Chopsticks.
It's kind of like scaffolding. It looks like scaffolding. The wire mesh.
Yeah. But maybe
How is it transporting?
I did it here. We are
Okay.
waiting for like this plasticine, and I asked because I had just 24 hours to make it. So I asked my friends, and we are doing that together in the middle of the night, drinking beers. So it's a kind of collective work. I just had before a sketch, and I did constructions before.
And did it turn out the way you expected?
Yeah, it looks actually the same like on the sketch, and I'm surprised.
He's
Here is my
taking out
friend.
his eye or what?
Yeah, he's like he's quite crazy, and every time when we meet, he's doing something like dangerous, or like he spills like water or like drinks, or he throw food, or he's crazy. So I took a picture when he was playing with chopsticks, chopsticks, and I also painted him. He's like my favorite model, Michał, and I also painted him there. He's holding piano, the keyboard. He's holding the keyboard of the piano, but I didn't paint the keyboard because it was too white, and I wanted to keep painting dark. And here are the pedals of the piano.
And the shoes are the only color that
Shoes are
comes
red?
out. The shoes, red or burgundy.
Yeah,
That's
that
the
was
only
burgundy
Yeah.
color pattern.
Because usually you just work with this palette.
Yeah, like I started to work with purple and blue colors when I'm in Paris. Before I was painting with more colors, but usually the most I was painting like kind of black paintings. But now I started to do purple and blue and gray.
And his skin's turning purple here.
Oh yeah.
You did this in the winter?
Yeah, I did this in the winter. I have because I have downstairs I have studio, and upstairs I have piano, and this is my auto portrait, and I'm sitting next to the piano, and I'm purple. And this time when I was painting that in autumn and winter, I play on piano Mazurka by Chopin, just one piece, like I think it was number 41 or 40. It's like a just 35-second mazurka, but it's very complicated to play. But there is like a lot of pleasure when it's like sounds good. And on the another painting there are people. I painted from the video from the 70s. They are dancing this Polish national dance mazurka. And upstairs there is another painting, because this is like just one part of the artwork which I did. There are two. There is like Artur Rubinstein, the famous pianist, sitting, and he was watching how people are dancing this dance. which Chopin was fascinated to reconstruct and do his pieces. And they are dancing with.
Ghosts?
They are not ghosts actually. They are like just wearing white dresses, and the video was in like bad quality. So in the background there was like, no, they looked like a ghosts, and like the room was very dark. There was just like slightly light, and they were like making rounds and rounds and like flying as a ghosts. That's why I find it like so interesting.
And that's